Welcome, everyone, to Faded Worlds, The Burning Wind! How are you all?
Good.
Oh, God.
Excited to see what is going to happen.
Yeah, I'm good, too. Not in religious ecstasy, like Callow, but good.
I just realized I had the stream audio on another monitor.
Oh, okay.
Oh, God. I was hearing...
Oops.
Yeah.
Oh, that never happens to me.
Never.
That definitely didn't happen to me when I was streaming yesterday.
Hasn't happened for days.
Pop.
Oh,
So...
yeah,
Yeah.
Well, deep subject. Well, okay, I do remember where we were. We had just gotten a load into Desi's room in the Medica, and we're going to. Hi there.
Being assaulted by our familiars here.
Yes.
The eternal plight of the wizard.
Yeah. Anyway, at the end of the last session, we were kind of a little bit pressed for time, so we zipped through a little bit. I was hoping we could back up slightly because I would love to have a conversation alone with Elodin, since he and I were sneaking into Desi's room separately.
For some reason, I'm just picturing that scene from oh God, what was that stupid show? With the singing, the going on a secret mission. Oh gosh, so dumb. Anyway, never mind. Moving on. Sorry, I got distracted.
Yeah. So, as a little recap, Desi, Kelsa's main character, is currently in a coma. Master Elodin, the previous chancellor of the university, was locked up in the crazy house, presumably for being crazy. And then again, you can never be sure.
All the others are crazy.
And you guys broke Elodin out, who just,
Well,
broke down the wall and
can't have broken himself
climbed out. I guess you came to get him and told him Desi was in trouble at the very least. And
We may have encouraged him to escape. But it clearly
Mathers is currently wanted. So Elodin and Mathers are sneaking into the Medica where Desi is. And the Jojo, Rav, and Lord Marigold are walking in the front door.
Because we are normal people.
Because they're not wanted
we're all very normal.
Haven't escaped from the asylum just yet.
We're normaler. We're not in trouble.
Are we?
Yeah.
Are we?
You're in less trouble.
Maybe.
That is accurate.
There's lots of words that can be used to describe us.
So yeah, like the carriage rattles over the cobblestones, and Jenkins stops it and says, "Master, we are at the front door of the Medica." And he opens the door for
one of my
Lord
beliefs.
Marigold, Jojo, and Rav.
Well, very well then, Jenkins. Why don't you might you stay here for a bit? We might need to leave in a hurry if things go wrong.
Very
Nothing's
well,
gonna go
sir.
wrong. No, don't say that.
Of course, nothing will go wrong.
Nothing's gonna go wrong. Everything's gonna be fine. We just need to, we're gonna wait Desi, and everything's gonna be fine. Okay? Okay. Yeah.
Of course, Raphael. He gives Jenkins the look of, things are gonna get
pats
interesting.
Lord Marigold on the shoulder like he's reassuring Lord Marigold.
Yeah, I think there's a mutual shoulder patting going on.
Mm-hmm. Good, brilliant.
So after the three of you have gotten out of the carriage, Jenkins drives it around back to where Desi's window is. And, Mathers, you have, I don't know, like 20 seconds, no, a little longer, like half a minute to a minute inside the carriage, and then another few 10-20 seconds as you're climbing through the windows alone with Elodin. So go ahead.
So about that those rumors, I suppose you could call them that I was trying to kill you.
That's not very nice, Mathers.
Well, that wasn't it. This is difficult. What was going on, essentially, was that I've been beating my head against a wall when it comes to my life in general, I suppose, but sympathy in particular. For the last year, I've been spending 5 hours a day just hammering at it and nothing. So when Destiny and I tried to raise Rav, and she fell into this state. I felt responsible. I was right there. I tried to transfer whatever had happened, but again, nothing.
Have you considered that you might just be responsible?
Yes. And so I took we tried to cobble together a alchemical tincture that we hoped might awaken her, but it hadn't. But we had to try it. It had to be tried before using it on her. So because I was responsible, I took it, and that didn't go very well. And so in the state brought on by that, I don't know. I blamed a lot of people. I was certainly not in my right mind. But the others I had good some reason to be upset with. But again, I still wasn't trying to kill you. But I wanted, I don't know, answers. Something. And I don't know. I suppose I was going to attempt to extort them out of you, but I think the reason that I was focused on you, amongst others, was because I thought, or perhaps, I thought maybe there was either something you knew that could help me break through this, or some advice you could give. I don't know, silly, I suppose.
He looks you up and down, and he says, "Yes, I thought as much. I didn't imagine you'd have the guts to come kill me all of your own volition." And I feel like that's the moment where, the rest of the group comes in.
And that's why everything's gonna work out. I told you.
Of course, but we can't just walk in there and grab her and walk out. That doesn't make sense, right?
Right, exactly.
We have to wake her up first. Then we can.
And if she wakes up, my dreams will be gone, and everything will be fine.
Yes, of course. You don't dream when you're woken up. That's true.
Don't break the walls here, please, Elodin. I feel kind of a connection to it.
I mean, it is a very nice wall.
He looks at the wall sideways. Yes, I suppose so. Well, now,
whatever's necessary.
What have you done? And he sits down and he grabs her hand. And he just sits there for half an hour.
So I'll sit on the sort of opposite him. Say, is there anything I can do to help?
How about you shut your mouth?
Boom!
And then he sits there and he holds Desi's hand and he just waits, looks at her, lying there, her face pale and calm. And then after half an hour or so has passed, he stands up, stretches and says, "Well, let's get to work then." And he bends over and he whispers something in Desi's ear, very, very quietly. And he brushes off his pants and he says, "Well, that's that. I'm going to go then." And he opens the window and steps out.
Where are you going?
Wait.
Rav is like sitting next to Desi's side, like staring at her, like very carefully looking for any kind of change.
So Rav, you see like the tiniest flutter of her eyelids. And then you hear very quiet sound. As for the people who were asking Elodin where he's going, he shrugs. He says, "I'm gonna find Mitri."
I'm going to try and get between him and the window.
I mean, he's already like halfway out of it,
I mean,
if not.
Well, I mean,
outside.
as soon as he steps up before before she awakens, I'll try to impose myself.
Well, I mean, you can grab his shirt or whatever. If you'd like. Like, what are you trying to do? Like, he's standing there, 1 foot out of the window, one inside. You were on the other side of the bed, so you'd have to get around the bed first. But you can run around the bed if you want.
Sure. Yeah, I'll try and grab his shoulder and say, I don't know that we're done here.
He gives you a very inquisitive look.
I'll just stare back at him, with eyes trying to bore in.
Okay. Give me. Actually, I will roll against your will. Let's see if I can scare you away. Scare you into letting me go.
Does breaking the tension, but when they are staring each other down by just talking randomly into it, benefit Elodin or Brad?
Neither, I imagine, or both. NPCs. Here we go. Uni masters. Yes. What do you guys think? Master Elodin has a very high observation. I feel like this is something he does with his naming skills, though. His observation is 7. So the question is his naming also 7, or is it lower than his observation? I can imagine it being lower, even though it's his thing, because it's harder to do.
I could see it being lower, but he has it gray shaded.
Interesting. Okay, what is it then?
Like a G5.
A G5. I like that.
Yeah, I can feel that. I can feel that for sure.
Okay. Wow. So what is your will?
4.
I mean, Elodin looks at you, and on face value, it's just this like inquisitive look, but somehow it's unnerving to you. You can decide how you respond to that. Whether you still, try to, bore him down with your star or whatever, but this unnerves you in some way, or gets some kind of emotional reaction.
Okay.
Yeah, this would probably be a good time to have Mathis do a steel test to see how long he's standing there for.
I mean, that'd be an option, definitely. If you.
All right.
Just make like a basic steel test against your hesitation. I think is would be the obstacle, and margin of failure dictates like how long you're like standing there.
Okay.
Roll steel right here.
So against a 5.
Whatever your hesitation is.
Oh yeah, 6.
Okay, so it's 3 moments basically, like 3.
So what do you do in those 3 moments? Like,
well, I am going to go ahead and reroll that 1/6.
I mean, steel already does that, but you can
it's already open. Okay, never mind.
But I think you can spend fate on an opened roll to re-roll 1 die, like one failed die.
Okay.
So that's an option. Okay, so it's just yeah, he has to.
So briefly for a moment. So what do you do?
So I think I pale and like start to take a shuffling step back, but then my grip on his shoulder tightens, and you can see the tendons stand out. And I reply, I'm not sure that you have any idea what I have the guts to do.
What you have?
I'm not sure that you have any idea what I have the guts to do.
I think that's when I break the tension. I have a question, and it's you might not know, but what's up with that chick that is now Chancellor? Know anything about her?
He shrugs. It's not
She
my
seems
business. I'm just a nutter in the nut house. Well, I live in the nut house.
Well, you don't,
Convenient.
so you're not interested in who succeeded you?
Not really.
You should check her out. She's quite interesting. Think you will like her.
I've seen her once.
Okay. Well, then I shrug.
Desi.
You're hard to talk to.
Desi.
So, he says, Mothers, will you let go of me, please? And at that moment, Desi opens her eyes. And at that moment, both Desi and Rav have this super, powerful image to their mind. The image of a black feather and a piece of black coal.
And I think there's a moment where they both start slightly and then they look in each other's eyes, and they both each one was about to say something and then sees the other one about to say something, and they both nod I know that you saw what I just saw kind of moment passes between them. And then Desi is like, what time is it? Thirsty.
It's getting
And
rather
Rav
late. I'm afraid.
scrambles back and gets her some water immediately.
Yeah, so the both of you, I guess in this case, the both of you feel that there's some kind of connection, between the two of you, something that wasn't there before.
It's like you obey the will of the same person.
Yeah, I would like to put a hand on Mother's shoulder and one of Elodin's. Said, thank you very much. I think you have done your job here, and enjoy your tree.
Thank you.
You just go over and open the window. Here you go.
Yes. Thank you, Loden. Considering this, I suppose it doesn't matter whether we get along.
I'm like, Desi!
Yeah, so he just turns around without saying anything and walks out the room, and you see him skipping across a courtyard, and then he disappears around the corner of the next building.
Yeah, Desi sips the water very slowly, and kind of half laying down, half propped up on an elbow, basically. just enough to drink the water. And Rob's just staring at her, kind of like nodding, like finish the water. And finally, when she's done, she puts the glass. He takes the cup from her and he puts it down, and then he like takes her hand and says very, very, very like intensely, it's like, dreams are over, right? And she's like, I don't think so.
We've only just begun.
And like he just like drops her hands and like stalks out. He just leaves because he wasn't here for her. He was here to stop the dreams.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Then I think Marigold's going to follow him. If we can pick up on that later.
Okay.
Desi, can I do anything for you? How was it? Did you dream? Did you feel anything? Did you hear anything? What was it like? Never mind. First off, can I do something for you?
More water, maybe?
Yeah, of course.
And I'll go grab it like without a word and bring it over.
Oh, okay. So you're faster than me. I guess that like. Okay. Anything else?
You were sort of sitting with her, right?
Oh, no, I was just standing in front of her.
Or you're standing right by her.
Yeah.
So I think maybe we like both turn to, but I'm like already up. Oh no, you're standing right by me, right? Or did you go over?
Yeah.
I forgot.
Yeah, you guys are standing next to each other.
Okay, so I mean maybe we just like both go to and like bump into each other.
Yeah, I would like that.
Okay.
Now it's just water on the floor everywhere.
And yeah, I think after we bump into each other, I'll like just go ahead and grab the container and pour a glass and bring it over.
Okay.
It's very good to see you amongst the living again.
It was a rough ride without you.
I remember some things about it was Black Feather and Cole and Black Feather. I keep seeing it.
Wait, yes, Raph was telling us the same thing. I was like, wait, it's not Raph, that is just weird.
Yeah, like Desi's nodding like of course he was telling you the same thing because he was there. Like
yeah, so Desi,
that makes sense to her.
Yeah.
It's like oh good, he told you.
Desi, to tell you a little bit about how your time was, like it was filled with like strange dreams and hallucinations.
Mm-hmm.
Many more than the ones you sent to Rav.
Mm-hmm.
And the ones you sent to Rav, you clearly remember. The others are a little vague, but instead of just like the images that you sent to Rav, like it's like the difference between like I don't know, one of those old like Game Boy screens, and then like a giant 4K screen. Like that was the difference between what Rav got and what you got. With you, it wasn't just the one images. It was a full color world, and the sounds and smells, but more like overwhelmingly emotions attached to things, like objects in a dream you hated or you loved or you were sad for, things like that. So if you ever want more information, you can give me like omen wise at some point for parts of those dreams, and then
Cool.
Depending on how well you do, you can remember more details about them.
How do I feel about that black feather? What emotion is attached to that?
Okay, so roll me an omen wise. Let's see.
Yeah, let's do this.
And are
Wise.
you talking about what you remember of it?
And maybe a little bit. Like I've started rambling. Like there was a feather and some coal and
The resolution was much higher.
Yeah.
always
I
Oh yeah, and you occasionally, like, you felt Rav there. Like, Rav was very comforting. Like, it was like you were all alone in this storm of chaos, and then occasionally somebody was there. Somebody connected to the real world. Somebody not ephemeral, not, you know. Surreal.
Can I fork anything into this besides astrology?
I don't know. What...
Do you have symbology?
Symbology is for specific symbols, I think. Although in this case, I guess maybe. I don't know. I don't think so. I think it is for actual like scripts and symbols.
Observation.
Yeah, I think symbology would be like
observation works.
Symbology would be like if you're trying to tie back the things you saw to like actual like historical or religious
fair
symbols.
Enough, yeah.
Base ob is 1.
Let's make it a graduated test.
Okay.
It's graduated,
last
right?
last die is astrology.
Okay.
Progress.
Yeah, you can. Okay.
Wow.
Oh no!
Wow. Oh no!
You
Okay.
remember a vague?
I don't lose any successes of my one success.
I see.
Harsh.
Your last die was a 1. I see. So you remember a vague feeling that was related to sadness. So not so much sadness as something else in that spectrum.
Something related to sadness, but not sadness.
Yes.
I think she made like mumble something like that. The feather, it's like sadness, but not sadness. Like related to sadness in some way. And Rav was there, and that was the only nice part. I was so alone. And he would come, and he was real. I could tell. I don't think he knew. He was coming to me. And I wanted him to bring me back, but... And she blinks a couple of times and looks around the room. He was here, and then he left? I don't know what happened.
Well, just now he was redeeming before. Or if things are unclear at the moment, that's okay as well.
I don't need him. I wanted to thank him.
Well, you could... We'll try to reassure him, but you know Rav, that's probably a lost cause. Well, I think you've really done quite a lot to help him already.
Like what time? Is it like the middle of night or something?
I've been picturing like late afternoon-ish.
No, it's not the middle of the night, because as far as I remember, you guys broke out Elodin, which you did during the day, and then
Right.
you came here like relatively fast, at least.
Yeah, I think so.
So late afternoon sounds about right.
Okay. Yeah, she's like looking around the room and it's like,
So,
how long was I? There was so much I dreamed I was where I was. It was so long.
how long has it been?
A couple of days, I think. Like, not even a span.
Okay.
It was maybe like 6 days or something along those lines, if I'm guesstimating correctly. It's a rough guess.
Several days is all.
Is that all? It feels like. Never mind. Then I suppose I'm not that far behind on my classes.
At that moment, you guys hear footsteps in the hallway.
Well, I wish I could stay longer, but I think I need to go.
Oh,
And
see you around then, others.
I look forward to it, and I'm gonna head out the window.
Jump out the window.
moments later, there's a knock on the door. I'm coming in. The door opens, and one of the nurses of the Medica comes in. You're awake! How wonderful!
I just woke up.
And she rushes in to like check your pulse, and she calls in. I am always forgetting his name.
Owl?
Yes, Master Arwell. She calls in Master Arwell, and he comes and he checks, and he asks oh, you guys are here, like, what happened? Like, did she just wake up? This is so surprising. Like, prognosis was very heavy.
I think it's just Joseph in there by now.
Yeah, everybody else has left.
I mean, like,
I'm just imagining like the nurse turning to Joseph and like, who are you?
I mean, yeah, and Desi doesn't know him that well. I guess she knows him a little bit.
Yeah, she mostly knows him from the event in Aether, where they pretended to be lovers.
Right. So she's like, I think she's gonna mention. Does she mention that Raph was there? No, I think she doesn't. I think she's like, it was all very confusing. I woke up from my dreams and Jojo's so sweet. He brought me water.
oh, like I mean, everybody would have done that. I mean, for I'm like,
as Jojo is like the only one who didn't actually bring her water.
Yeah.
like, I wanted to.
Yeah,
I wanted
he
to.
tried.
She gives you full credit, though. She's like, I'm gonna be okay, aren't I? I need to go back to class.
No. You better take it slow for a little bit. All right? No classes just yet. Let's just see how things go for a while.
Sure.
Jojo here is your friend?
Yeah.
Okay, well, then he turns to you and he says, I give you, we're going to stay here, do a couple of tests for a couple of hours, and if everything seems fine, then you're welcome to take her home. Please don't leave her side, at least for the next day or so.
All right.
Just to make sure
course.
that there's somebody with her who's keeping an eye on her.
All right. and I like. Wasn't there like something in the evening that?
There was.
Oh well, I will find a way. Of course. I'll find a way.
Oh yeah, that evening you guys had a meeting with. Oh, wonderful. Yeah, so they fuss over you for another hour and a half and do a bunch of tests, but you check out. They're very, very surprised, and they're calling you a miracle, miracle child, something like that. Even though you're clearly grown up, they're still calling you a miracle child.
Of course.
Then again, Master Arwell is quite old, so
yeah, that's fair.
And you're handed over to Jojo's care, and you're instructed to take it careful. And Master Arwell pulls down his glasses, and he looks at you sternly over them, and he says, "If I see you in class in the next few days, we're going to have problems, young lady."
No, you're right. I'll wait till the next span. Of course.
Very well.
And so yeah, she'll head out and let Jojo take her home.
Is it possible that I can, Desi, is it all right with you if I take you to my home? I have my grandma's there, and she always took care of me when I was little, and she makes awesome soup and
But all my star charts I need.
I will get them for you.
To me. And yeah, that ameliorates her immediately. If we get the star charts, then she'll stay with your grandma. That's fine.
Okay.
By the way, she's definitely making a star chart for your grandma.
I don't mind. Jojo is just like, okay, how to take care of Desi without, ruining everything I've worked up to this point. And yeah, I think that works. So I'll bring you there to my home and give you introduce you to my grandma, and she's probably like, "Oh, you brought a nice the young lady here with you. That's awesome." And like, I try to tell her the situation.
I'm
will
so
need subtitles.
Surprised, Joseph, that you bring home a decent young lady like this. I hadn't imagined you would.
I like trying to,
Would you like some tea, dear? I've just made fresh scones.
I would. Thank you. And he's a very nice guy. He even agreed to get my star charts before we came here. I've been feeling under the weather.
Yeah,
you're an astrologist?
Yes.
And she beckons you into a room, and she opens this ancient drawer, and there you see a bunch of astrology tools, some familiar, some very outdated, and a few that you haven't even seen.
Yeah, she's so excited.
An ephemeris from 10 years ago. Okay.
Yeah, she's very excited. She claps her hands, and we'll spend the evening talking about the stars with Grandma Deborah.
Yeah. Will I have a chance to tell her the situation, like that you just came from America and you should not leave and.
Sure. I mean, that's well, that depends on whether Desi follows her everywhere. But at some point, she excuses herself to the kitchen to make you some tea. So if depending on whether Desi follows or not, you can grab her then.
Okay. If that's the case, then I'll do so.
I'm looking at the astrology stuff. That's too exciting.
Okay. Yeah, I'll get you your star charts. I will ask you what stuff to get and. Trying to get it all for you, because I guess I have astrology, so I should probably know what you need. So that's fine. Okay. All right. So then I come back, bring you everything. But is there anything else you need?
Okay. So give me an observation. I presume you go by Desi's house, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So give me an observation when you're there.
Oops. I should probably click on my own character sheet, though.
Probably.
Okay. Up to. That means get
but
another
more
beginner's luck test. Woo!
Those wounds.
So you can roll one die.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, we should discuss about when or we are going to do the time step, because we should probably do some time skip at some point.
I guess there's no. I don't realize what's happening, whatever it is.
No, you don't. No, you walk in there. I imagine Desi gave you the key. You grab the stuff, and you walk out.
Gucci. Just like it should be. Yeah. Just like it should be.
Just like it should be.
All right. Then, I bring your stuff and I ask you one final time if everything is fine. And otherwise, I will excuse me for this evening because I have something important to take care of. Okay, if nobody says anything, I guess I'll just leave. Perfect.
No, you're fine. Sorry, I was muted.
Okay. Good.
Okay.
Then,
if we have a moment, I'd like to jump back a bit.
Yes, of course.
And Marigold would like to have a little chat with Rav. Something came up.
Kelsa, would you mind doing the honors? Because, I'm afraid of playing Rav.
It's fine. I'll do it. Fine. Sorry, repeat your question.
Yeah, I think Marigold is more or less trying to catch you as you're storming out. Yeah.
Thought this would end it. It's not going to end it. If it's not over, it's not over. I had another vision. I can't believe this is. I need to. And I think I think actually what he's going to do in the Medica is he's going to try to find an unlocked cabinet and just swipe some pills. Not looking at the label, nothing. He is just going to open a cabinet, grab a bottle of pills, and shove them in his mouth and keep going.
Okay.
I mean,
the cabinets... I would like to stop you before that happens.
The cabinets are locked. You can definitely try and use sympathy to get into them.
Or always you can find somebody into 2 pieces. So,
or you can find a nurse who's busy with the cabinet and distract her or him, and then swipe something from the cabinet. Or smash one to pieces or do whatever you can come up with. But
I think it's got to be sympathy. And it's probably not the lock, but the hinges.
That makes sense.
Pull the pin on the hinges on one and then open it from the lock side in the middle. So yeah, he's like storming out, and you can see him like he sees that no one's around, and he's got two pieces of something in his hand, and he's got like a small ring and a metal like rod, maybe it's a pencil or something, or a pen, and he's like thread the pencil through the ring, and he's pulling it out to pull the pin of the hinges as he's like stalking towards this cabinet.
Yeah, so you see this, Lord Marigold. Like, you see Rav stalking towards a cabinet, holding like a pen and his ring in his finger and staring at it.
They make some very crude gestures. I'm not quite sure I'm understanding it.
Yes. I think he's pulling. I mean, I think there's. It's the middle of the day, so there's probably not like gas lights or something that he could pull from. He's probably pulling from himself, just because he's desperate right now.
Okay, sweet. Then you will risk
Binder's chills.
Always
Perfect.
Binder's chills. Yes, exactly.
Perfect.
No, not notes. Gym session. Here we go. Obstacles. A sympathy. Starting up is 1. 1 binding. Materials are not very connected.
They're somewhat vaguely similar in shape.
Yes. Actually, I'm going to give you a 2 penalty for that. Not exactly the maximum penalty, because they are similar in shape, but material wise they're kind of out there.
Yeah.
You are not doing anything particularly hard. You are drawing from body heat. Okay, up 5.
Brilliant. I'm probably gonna definitely fail this. But if I can get a fork, that'll make this a routine test for me. Well, if I get I guess I can need 2 forks to make it routine. Okay. Can I fork? Family secrets wise, from having the experience of pulling pins before, being a bastard around the house and sneaking through things.
I mean, it's a stretch, but I like your story, so sure.
Brilliant. Let's see. I don't think any of the rest of this is going to help me. I think this makes it difficult. And yep, it's shit. Okay. I really want this, so I'm going to spend both my persona on it.
Wow.
Damn.
Gotta have those drugs.
I need them.
Yeah.
Wow.
Oh.
That is a lot of ones.
Oof. Ouch. Well.
Harsh times.
Yeah, no, like.
Oof.
So what do I see when I like catch up with you and you just failed this?
Well, let's see if you get the binder's chills first.
Probably.
Give me a, I think it's health roll. What did I say for binder's chills? I didn't remember what my rulings were for that before.
In health makes sense.
Yeah, I remember it being health, but I don't remember like what ob I gave for it. I remember somebody had to roll against binder's chills before. But I didn't remember what ob, and I don't remember what penalty.
In the the margin of failure makes sense.
Yeah, that was what I was thinking as well. So your ob is 3 right now.
Okay.
And let's see if you fail. Because if you don't fail, I don't have to decide what happens when you fail. There's 1 6 in there.
I'll roll it.
1 and 12.
Oh, that was on. I think that was on Desi rather than Rav.
Oh, you're right. That is on Desi and not. No. That was Rav's character sheet.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
Just,
okay.
I changed my name.
Okay.
I just changed my name to
That makes
Desi
sense.
already, but it was off of Rav's character sheet. Because Desi's health is the same, so it doesn't matter.
But
But
I think you can click. Like, if you click that at the bottom, you can change like who you're rolling as, so it'll show the right name.
I just forgot to do that. Nope. This is me falling into a heap with binder shills, as I'm desperately trying to do something that I can't do. So I'm gonna
say that whenever
shaking.
you have binder's chills, you are mostly incapacitated. Like you'll get a -2 to everything or whatever, and you need medical help to deal with it.
So it's basically like a midi wound, more or less.
Yeah, but it's over much faster. It's not like a broken arm.
It heals by itself. It's like mental trauma.
Yeah, like that.
I have a feeling that one way or the other, Rav's lips were just going to turn blue. There was no way around it.
Yes. Yeah, so you start shivering like crazy. Like this sympathy like it went wrong, and you try to draw more heat, but it didn't work, and you're getting cold and your body is shaking violently. So you see this, Lord Marigold.
Yeah, it's like I think like having just seen Desi wake up, I just look down and see Rav in like a pile on the floor. It's like, oh god, not again. Yes, I think like we get this moment of Marigold realize that he's never like cared for anyone personally, like taking care of someone. There's like so like he's like standing by Rav's side and like tapping him on the shoulders with like both hands. There. It's going to be all right.
I mean, you clearly see that he's not going to be all right like this.
No,
like he's shaking, shivering.
Yeah, he's not going to be all right.
Okay, let's get you to I mean, they don't call them doctors, right? They have like another name for them.
I mean, arcanist, maybe?
Like a person who works at the Medica.
Yeah, I vaguely remember something as well. I'll Google it. Just say doctor for now.
A medician.
Medicer, maybe?
Is just a physical, maybe?
Yeah, perhaps.
Yeah, let's get you to a physical. I'm sure that they're used to whatever this is.
All the symptoms are here. Weeks are weak, arms are heavy.
No, I'm not following you down the meme hole. We're not doing this. Yeah, they gotta like try to scoop him up off the floor. They're like holding like under his arms. Like Jenkins, you have a situation.
Somehow you don't know why, because you instructed him to stay at the cart. Jenkins comes out of nowhere and says,
"Yeah, I think it might not be the first time this has happened." So.
It might not. And he takes over Rav and just grabs him and carries him in his arms. And you head to a physiker who who immediately like grabs blankets and tea and like fusses over Rav. And then as when Rav is properly covered, as the physiker is like rubbing Rav's hands, he looks at you and says, "What happened?"
I'm not sure. I assume he was trying to do sympathy of some sort. I found him outside the cabinet out there. Looked like maybe he was trying to get in. Hard to tell.
He gets an understanding look on his face, and he says, "I see, one of those. Well, don't worry. We'll get you fixed up right away." And he looks at you, Rav.
Yeah,
the dreams, stop the dreams. God will stop the dreams, and it's still coming. You're gonna come to me. Don't let me sleep, please. Don't let me sleep. Don't let me sleep.
We have a very important test in a few days, and I assume that he was just trying to get something to keep him up at night, studying. It seems to had some other effects on him.
Dreams that keep coming, they come in their dreams.
Don't worry. What's his name? What's your name?
Raphael Salunti.
Right. I know you. You spent a year here. Don't worry, Rav.
You're coma boy.
Yes, basically. Don't worry, Rav. We will get you fixed up, and we'll do something about the dreams. We've got people who are very good at dealing with dreams. And he nods at you, encouragingly.
I would be reassured about that.
He kind of shakes his head in a yes, maybe, but he's shaking really hard, so it's hard to say for sure. He can't really say no in this situation. So,
so I think Quentin's going to wait for the two of them to be alone. Then he sits down next to the bed, pulls up a chair, says, "There's something we need to talk about, Raphael." I believe
what do you want from me?
Perhaps like the rest of our companions, you've been keeping some very important secrets from me.
What are you trying to what are you trying to say? What do you want?
I'm going to be very frank with you, Raphael, and I hope that you can do the same. What is this book about?
You know about the book? The book. I haven't seen it. It's been missing. I haven't seen it since I woke up. I don't know where it is.
You don't know where it is?
I only know where. I only know where it was. And he opens the palm of his hand, and the bracelet is in it. And he just opens his hand, and there's a woven bracelet in it, and he shows it to you like that means something.
What's so special about the bracelet, Raphael?
It was there. It was there where the book was at, and I know where the book is. I think that's. And he starts crying. He's sobbing, and he's like, "I'm a failure. That's why I'm still dreaming." And,
well, there might be a way for you to stop being such a failure.
And he kind of looks up at you, kind of hiccup sobbing with still the tears streaming down his face.
If you can take me to the book. If you can.
And he immediately you say that, and he turns over hard in the bed to look away from you.
Yeah, I think I would walk up and look into his face. What is this book? What is it for? What is it about? What does it have?
To keep it safe.
Safe from who? Safe from yourself?
Everyone.
So I think, like, as Lord Quentin asks that, safe from who? Rav, you get a flashback, and I'm gonna write that to you because you can decide by yourself. Let's see, how do I whisper here? /W?
Mm-hmm. Then just type the character name.
Yeah, Desi in this case.
Secret GM notes.
Yeah, so it's a little vague what you remember, but that is what you remember. You can't really make sense of it, but you remember those words.
To Rav?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, Rav remembers those words.
Oh, Rav. Oh, that's so conflicting to everything.
Raphael,
So he's...
I see no point in keeping this a secret from you. I'm interested in the book because Ariana wants it. That's what she wanted to talk to me about.
He's like hugging this bracelet to himself, and he's like, she told me I needed to keep it safe too, and she shouldn't even know that it exists, and she says that there's someone dangerous and an enemy that wants it, and she wants it too. I don't trust her. I don't trust her.
Well, it seems like she doesn't trust you either anymore. If she doesn't want you to keep hold of the book. He
reaches out and like grabs Marigold's shoulders like suddenly and is like, she shouldn't know about the book. She's not the one that told me to keep it safe. She shouldn't even know that it exists.
So who originally told you was your uncle.
Mm-hmm.
Your uncle was guarding this book before.
It was my uncle's book before it was mine. It's a family secret. Very sacred. Secret. No one knows. She can't know about it. She can't. She's not supposed to. No one's supposed to.
And yet she does.
I don't know what to do anymore. I tried. And then I was gone for a whole year, and I don't remember any of that. I don't know what happened. And now she wants the book from me, and all I remember are her eyes being wrong. And he's like still got your shoulders, and he's like squeezing your shoulders. It's like, don't trust her. And he lets you go. And like the bracelet like drops under the bed, and like he then realizes that he let go of it and he snatches it back up again.
Well, I think he sits back down, sort of like slumps back in the chair, looks down. So. The book, to be honest, I don't particularly care for it myself, but it's a key to something that I want, something that's very dear to me, much more so than some tome of ancient knowledge or whatever is on those pages. But I do agree that maybe Ariana is not the right person to have that knowledge either. But I have a plan. It does require the book. or something like it.
He kind of nods and is like, maybe you can help me look for it.
That would be for the best, I think.
No.
We do need to find this thing.
Let me sleep. Please, no, not sleep. And he like starts crying again.
Oh.
Mm-hmm.
And just kind of like waves Marigold off, like, just get out of here. I'm a mess.
Just run it. When was I supposed to meet Ariana again? Was that tomorrow?
I think so.
Yeah. Then I think it is. Back away as he's like slapping at me. That's the kind of thing that looks, that feels a lot more resolute in Rav's mind, but in reality it's just like, get away. So Marigold's going to step back and nod. And close the door behind him.
Perfect.
So, Mothers, what are you doing in the meantime?
I think I'm just carefully making my way off of campus, and then I'm gonna try to make it to the meeting point where we're gonna have this dinner. And
Yeah, so the meeting point is on campus.
is?
It is the Black Dragon. It's a restaurant. And well, it's not like, depends on what you call campus. There's this little town that's grown around the university. It's in the town.
Okay. So yeah, I'm going to
That was a conundrum you and Jojo still faced that you haven't fixed yet. So perhaps you two meet up at some point?
Yeah, that's what I would have suggested.
Very well.
Try to seek you out.
Okay, and I mean, we have the same destination in mind, so I think so. That shouldn't be too difficult.
Yeah. Also, we should talk about our goals going into the negotiations, right? Before we go there.
Yes, assuming that we can manage to conduct negotiations without being arrested or some other inconvenience of the sort.
I'm thinking for a second if you might fit in my grandma's clothes, but I like no, I just grab my head. And
I mean, she has this wonderful scarf that you can pull over your head. But I imagine that Mother's is just a teensy bit too tall for your grandmother's, skirts and stuff.
You just see him grabbing his head like he has seen something he cannot unsee. It is nothing.
I don't suppose. Well, do I have an extra cloak, or?
I mean, sure, you have clothes at your place.
Do you? Does your character sheet?
You have clothes.
I do. It's true. Well,
I imagine those would include a cloak.
Yeah. Well, I'll have to make do with a hood or something. Hopefully, it'll be enough. So, what do you know of this person we're speaking with? Anything?
She is connected to some other party that is unknown to us. She helps Steed's organization out in this time when he is not capable of taking care of it himself, I guess. Or at least they hired her to resolve the situation. And she's pretty hot.
For
You're not entirely sure if she was hired. There was just this guy talking to her as if he knew her about the problem.
That's what I understood last time around. But
Well, like not necessarily hired. He asked her to deal with it. But hiring, presumes the exchanging of money and things like that, and you didn't see any of that so far.
okay. They at least have some connection regarding that.
Yes.
And she
Somebody
said she would
definitely
handle
asked her to deal with it.
Yeah.
And do I have an impression of what Diamond's disposition after my talk with her? Like, do I think that she's gonna go spread horrible things, or is she just
no? She said she would do it, but she didn't imagine a lot of people would follow.
Okay. Okay. Well, I guess we'll just have to feel the situation out. You said that she's hot. I don't see how that figures into it, except for the obvious where you're concerned. I do hope that you can separate business and the pursuit of pleasure.
I don't mind my business enhancing the other.
Well,
hey,
I'm sure.
Have you seen the place I'm living at? Do I look like I can't do business?
Yes. I'm sure you will charm her.
Well,
he says, not being sure at all, but maybe.
But yeah, I might ask if she's able to get a seat that might be out of public's sight, so we can talk without having any trouble.
Yes. In fact, do you know if this is the sort of thing where, if this is will be a charged enough situation where she would not be willing to make initial contact near the Black Dragon and then maybe step outside, perhaps?
How would that sound to you if you were her?
Exactly. If it's if things are on edge, then of course she wouldn't. But if there's
the situation was on edge as soon as Sleet went.
Yes, there is that.
Like he did.
Okay.
So
well, I in that case, I had best hurry to get that cloak. I'll be back as quickly as I can.
Okay. Yeah. I guess I'll wait there and see if I can spot anyone of importance checking out the scene.
Okay. So where are you checking out? Sorry, I was reading up on what somebody who works in the Medica is called, but I can't find anything.
The Black Dragon.
The Black Dragon. Okay. So the Black Dragon is packed with people. It's a very popular restaurant. and it's very busy. If you look in at the back, you see names are slipping away from me. Mirren. In the back, you see Mirren sitting, lovely as always. She is by herself, as far as you can see. If you want, you can make an observation check.
Will do so. I'm getting my observation test today.
Yes. Up 3.
Up 3. I'm going to fail.
It seems so. You can roll 1 die again.
Wait, this isn't the one. Well, is it? It's actually, never mind. Okay, yeah, I can roll 1 die.
Yeah, you can also just add +1 die into it as an extra from
Oh
there.
yeah, that's probably a smarter way of doing it.
Yeah, she is alone, sitting by a table, waiting for you, I imagine.
I'll just
drinking wine, eating some toast.
I guess I'll just sit down for the moment with her, and yeah, maybe I'll get into a better situation where Mathers can get to talk with her without, getting arrested or something, which would be nice.
Joseph.
Hello there.
I thought you were coming with someone. You're not
Yes.
messing with me, are you? That
No.
wouldn't be very wise.
There's a situation, and the person I want to come here is kind of someone that if he would have been seen from the wrong people, he would be taken into custody. That is the problem. I should have. I didn't know that was the case. I'm very sorry. Can we? I'll try to get him here anyways. But if we can get a private room somewhere, that would be even more appreciable.
She frowns and she says, "Joseph, I'm so disappointed in you. I thought you were more intelligent than that. What do you think I am? Stupid that I'm just going to let you lead me to some location somewhere by myself?"
Well, here's the thing. You can get the terms. We can meet up wherever you want and go there however you want. I don't mind. I'm not trying to pull anything.
Okay, go ahead and convince her. Her will is 5.
Why am I not lying right now? Damn it. I mean, I guess I can fog in falsehood at least. That's something. And astrology, because that's always nice. Yeah. And just put 2 persona points in here because would be awkward if I didn't make it. Oh, I got another one. Never mind. From wounds. Please do it. Okay, and I'm using a fate point.
So you don't have a column for persuasion, right?
Whew, I did it anyway.
The 1d6 you rolled first was for your wounds?
Yes.
Okay, I see.
Oh yeah, because
Very well.
It's supposed to be -1, not -2.
She calls over a waiter and says, "I'm sorry, Jared, but like something's come up. It's horrible, but we're gonna have to cancel our reservation. I'm sure you can arrange something, right?" And he's like, "Yes, of course, my lady, of course." And she stands up and she nods to men sitting in the back, and they, they walk through the bar, they pay, and they follow you out. And she says, "I didn't mind. I hope you didn't mind that my friends are coming along. Just a little extra insurance."
I mean, if we both play with cards, might as well, right?
So there's this adorable little fountain in a rarely used square. It's just behind Muse. Maybe we can head over there. I'll see you there in 45 minutes.
I'll be there as soon as possible.
Don't be late. I'm not waiting.
Fair enough. Okay. I hope Mathers is quickly now, because no, it was already awkward enough.
Yeah, I'll certainly aim to be.
So what were you doing, Mothers?
Oh, I was grabbing my cloak from the shop because I figured, I'll just try and blend in at the Black Dragon, but yeah.
Yeah, so yeah, you grab your cloak and you return there, and you guys have 20 minutes to get to the square, which you can totally do.
Okay.
And I assume that you fill me in on the change of venue and what
yes,
how things were going down, and that got people with her, and okay.
And so what are your goals according to the negotiation I asked you on the way? What are our official goals, and what are we thinking in the back of our head when we try to achieve them?
I'm not done, but I don't think it's worth trying to cheat them. I just they can, as far as I'm concerned, and I don't want to give this make this a giveaway, but as far as I'm concerned, they can have whatever share of local business they want. It's the international trade that's important to me. That is where true change can be made in this world. This shitting where we eat thing is not for me.
I see. Well, in that case, guess I'll just ask for a fee for bringing you together. On a percentage basis.
Very well. There's definitely I think money to be made here, but I don't want to be greedy.
You don't want to be what?
Greedy.
I see.
That doesn't sound like Mathers.
What did you do to Mathers?
I know.
He's going crazy for real this time.
He's
Delayed
going
effect.
insane.
I like the finger cutting matters better. No, I don't actually.
No.
No.
I mean, he's giving you a -2 to everything.
Yeah.
I know that sucks.
Or -1 by now.
Yeah. So I guess we arrived. Or do you and
Yeah, so as you arrive, like there's a courtyard with a beautiful little fountain that reflects the moonlight, and on a bench surrounding the fountain is Mirren, and in a dark corner of the square you see the two men standing, observing. So I imagine you have your hood down, Mathers, so that she can't immediately recognize you.
Yes. I mean, I'm walking through campus.
Yeah. Welcome, Joseph and friend. And she looks at you questioningly.
I forgot. Have I met Mirren before?
I
don't
didn't think so. I think that was just Rav and Jojo.
Okay.
So
Yes.
for you, Mathers, you see this girl. She's got she just looks stunning. Even in the dark, you can tell that she's got gorgeous almond-shaped eyes, beautiful caramel skin, long black hair, and just like the grace with which she moves herself is amazing.
Yes.
May I
do
introduce
apologize for the inconvenience. I'm somewhat at a loss. Joseph had mentioned that you were quite lovely, but I think that his description had not done you justice. But that's neither here nor there.
May I introduce you?
Yes, of course.
Mirren, Sir Hedrick Mathers.
She says, I see why you didn't want him to come to the Black Dragon. I suppose that is a wise choice. She looks at you suspiciously, Mathers. And from the corner of your eyes, you notice that the two men stepped just a little bit closer. You're not going to try and kill me, are you?
No, he's all right. Again in his lovely skull. He had trouble. Trouble that Sleet is currently experiencing as well.
Bears the thought. I have absolutely no enmity towards you, and if I understand correctly, I believe that we might be able to come to a mutually beneficial arrangement.
We might, depending on what you have for me. And she pats the bench next to her and she says, please sit down.
You're too kind.
I guess that's what we do.
So, obviously there is an opportunity unfolding locally, and I would I would like to make sure that that opportunity is pursued in a way that is again beneficial to both of us. I have I am curious exactly what it is that you are hoping for out of this meeting.
Well, I was told that you could give me more information as to what is going on exactly with Steed.
Oh.
So just a simple, exchange of information. I, on the other hand, have something that would... So, a piece of knowledge that might interest you. Referring back to, why Sleet exactly is giving you trouble.
Oh, that is indeed very interesting. Well, I have very good reason to believe that Sleet is his situation is likely to continue to deteriorate, say for another month or so. So, but after that point,
She friends.
but after that point, if the situation hasn't changed, it may again start to get better for him.
I see. And what got him in this situation? What is this that he's suffering from? Is it some kind of magic?
Let's call it a temporary mania. As
I see.
What's knocking here?
Yeah, sorry about that. That's continued
Work on the
construction
roof?
work. Yeah.
Okay.
Work.
Then that's fine.
I think. I mean that is the practical effect. The rest is craft work and sources.
I see. She thinks for a moment, and she looks at you up and down. Mothers, you're a competitor of Sleet, right?
I think that his understanding of our business relationship is somewhat flawed. We have small areas of competing interests, but and because of that, he has, I think, acted rashly in my view. But for the right person, I'd be willing to work around that to make some local concessions in order to pursue other opportunities non-locally.
I see. Well, there are various options here. And she looks at you for a moment. And she says, of course, there's the option that, you tell me exactly what is wrong with him. And then, we fix it. Or, we keep him out of business for a month. The other option is that this thing, is this repeatable? This mania, so to say.
And that's like when my face like moves, like we're getting to the interesting part.
I see. Well.
No, it was a question. Like, is it repeatable?
Oh, out of character you're asking?
No,
in character. Okay.
Like in character.
Okay, yeah. Well, it might take some arrangement, especially in his current state. Or do you mean repeatable on him or repeatable on others?
Well, I'm going to do you a dangerous proposal. If anything goes wrong and you cheat on me, be sure that I have much more influence to you and that my two friends here will attest to my innocence.
I'd be like, I just give him a wink.
But, if things go right, it can be very beneficial for us. Either way, either you help me cure him, and I will tell you a bit of information that will help lighten your ordeal, or you will help me keep him insane. And perhaps then somebody new takes over the business who's much more friendly towards you altogether and who won't just, backstab you at a whim, like Sleet has done.
Well, I'm curious about what advantages to you the former arrangement would have. I can see the advantages to you in the latter.
I mean, Sleet's gratitude. It's certainly not as advantageous, but let's just say that I prefer not to go into arrangements when both parties are not invested. So I'm offering you the option here to make sure that you'll be as loyal to me as I am to you.
Fair enough. Well, I have to admit, my first inclination is certainly the latter option. But that path, that path in my life in general, I think has really not led to the best results. I'm willing to procure for you either either formulation, one that would have that would aid in the former, one that would aid in the latter, but I think that I am quite done with the misadventures that would be involved in applying the ladder.
Very well.
Does that sound fair?
That sounds entirely reasonable. Is there any other compensation you seek? Aside from, the satisfaction, of course.
Well, other than being unhampered to pursue non-local interests, so that this blackballing when it comes to local suppliers is I cannot have continue. But other than that, I don't wish to be greedy. I don't wish to. I would rather have an amicable relationship with all involved. I am tired of the spillover onto my friends. But I suppose that is all. If that continued spillover cannot be avoided by amicable methods, then things would get complicated. And complicated, as you know, isn't profitable.
Very well. I will make sure that, nothing ties back to you. And if you ever want to arrange anything at any point, just let me know. Just make sure that you get me both what is necessary to continue and what would cure, just in case I need it. And I will make sure that nobody traces anything back to you.
Excellent, excellent. Oh. And you said you had some information.
Yes. I'm afraid I will actually no. You know what? Mathers, I will trust you on the start of a wonderful friendship. Sleet is being paid by someone to make your life difficult. It's a lord from Ature called Lord Blackwell.
Oh, I thought Thunderwork.
No, not Thunderwork. No, Lord Blackwell. I heard something about you having a run-in with him, or something.
Oh.
I never got the details. And out of character, I don't know if you guys remember, but a while back you said that Lord Blackwell was the one who took the fall for the whole Saint Laurentine monastery thing. So you guys basically ruined his life, and he's returning the favor.
I see. Well, that. Sorry. That does track. Thank you.
Yes, I will make sure that, if you keep your end of the deal, that Sleet, or, whoever replaces him, doesn't do any business with Lord Blackwell anymore.
Excellent. Thank you.
But now
you
that we
are,
got this
again, most kind.
Of course. And she turns to you, Jojo, And she says, Jojo, thank you so much for bringing us together. You're the best friend. And she leans into you and she gives you a very gentle kiss on the cheek.
That's awesome. And I really, but now that you guys get along so well, I still might be a little jealous. A little bit of compensation.
Jojo, you shouldn't be jealous. And she puts her arm around your shoulder. I'm sure we can work on some compensation.
It's lovely. I'm like, sorry, out of character. I'm not good at this stuff. Does that mean like she really wants compensating, or is she just trying to play me with sexual stuff?
I mean, you're not entirely sure. You can actually, I think like she's definitely
perception
hinting.
test in order.
Like she's definitely hinting at sexual stuff, and then she retracts her arm, and she says, "So what were we thinking? Like a mark or something like that?"
What does that mean? Mark?
A golden mark. It's like a coin.
I look like. That's exactly what I look like. Are you kidding me?
She gives you this very kind smile.
I don't stop looking like this.
Right, we.
I mean, you might just need someone to connect you to without anybody else getting involved, and I already know about all this stuff, so might as well be me. And it might be profitable to me too in the end. Who knows?
Give me a persuasion roll. Her will is 5.
Okay. Time to burn my rest of my persona.
So what do you want from her exactly?
I want some position that I can earn money from their whatever they do together as deals. That I can profit with whatever.
So you want
they do.
like some kind of thing in the criminal organization, or what?
Either, yeah. I mean, I don't really want to be part of anything, but be the part between them that connects them. So
between Mathers and
Mirren or
okay.
whatever might follow.
Okay, so before you roll, Mathers, who had been like studiously ignoring this part, like just to essentially to be helpful, then turns and says, "Oh yes, I think that Joseph would be the perfect go-between. He has my trust, and I think that you will find that he is most discreet. He's the perfect person for the job. So yeah, I will lend in my 2 dice of persuasion.
Ooh,
I believe
nice.
I have it.
Don't forget to add that 1 die for your wounds.
It's already 3 then. So oops, my mouse is not working properly. Okay.
Yeah.
Can I fuck in ugly truth, because I do know everything now, and it's kind of.
I mean, if you add a sentence along the lines of that leaves you 1 less liability or something along those lines, then sure.
Yeah. I mean, that's still not threatening, but that's the, because then I could fuck it extortion, but that's not what I want. Okay. Yeah. Then we got 4, and astrology we got 5. Gucci. And let's just put 2 persona in there because want to make sure. and it's gonna be horribly. Wow, that is spectacular. That is, whew. That is special.
How many dice is that?
I think
3, 8, 9, 9. 9 dice. One success.
I think since you did fork astrology, I think that 6 is already like open-ended.
Yeah,
so it's your last die.
1, 2, 3.
It
is already open-ended. Yeah, so you can roll it just like that. You are right.
Now if that one roll saves the day, it doesn't.
It doesn't.
It does not.
Wait, how?
10 dice, one success.
Yeah, I think Roll20 knows that if you're throwing a lot of dice at something, that it's time to betray you. It must mean that it's important.
It's definitely how it works.
I am sorry, Joseph. I'm looking for somebody slightly more mature for a job like that, but I'm sure I can pay you well.
I mean, it was not enough to turn me down, but you had to talk like that at the same time. Are you kidding me?
I'm sorry, Joseph. I didn't know you were so sensitive.
Well, I'm kind of sensitive if I feel ripped off.
Joseph, we have that other appointment. I don't want to be late for 2 things in one evening. Let's go. I know. Let's go.
I just said in front of her. You better have a good idea. And I'm leaving without saying another word.
We will be in touch. It was an honor to meet you.
A pleasure.
And as we're walking away, I'll put my arm around Joseph. Sorry about that.
Put that away for now. I'm kind of really pissed right now. So
yeah.
No kidding. So on your pissedness, do you guys want to take a break?
Yeah, I was
please.
just thinking that.
Yeah.
Okay, so we will be back shortly.
I'll be back.
Stick around. Yes.
Oh.
Please stick around.